Yes, Manish, you can go ahead.
Yeah, am I perfectly audible?
Yeah.
Yes, you are visible.
A very good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of Career Guidance and Placement Cell, we extend a warm welcome to our principal, Dr. Geeta Menon, our eminent guest speaker, Mrs. Rupali Sheth, convener, Professor Neelam Kapoor, our team members, all the faculty members, and my dear participants, to our third webinar of the day on overseas education in our Career Fair 2022. Studying abroad is a gift. The gift not only gives students incredible experiences and stories, but more importantly, a new perspective, a new worldview, and a new appreciation for other cultures and people. Each student's personal and academic goals for studying abroad will vary. However, some of the main reasons students give for studying abroad include immersing themselves in a new culture, developing global aptitude skills, enhancing their employment opportunities, and experiencing the world while also earning academic credit and setting themselves apart. I would now like to introduce our esteemed guest speaker for today's webinar on overseas education, Mrs. Rupali Sheth. Rupali ma'am is an overseas education counselor for Envision Overseas Education Consultancy. She has graduated from Mumbai University. Ma'am has a green belt certification from Univariety, India's largest guidance and alumni management platform. Ma'am is a career counselor working with the University of California, Los Angeles. She has guided students abroad for undergraduate and postgraduate courses in the countries like UK, Ireland, Canada, and Australia. She has also counseled students for IELTS, TOEFL, and PT entrance exams that students should take before planning to study abroad, and provided students with assistance to apply for scholarships within the university. Before we begin our session, I would like to remind all our participants that no one should unmute themselves during this session. As for your queries, please type them in the chat box during the Q&A round, which will be answered by Rupali ma'am once she has finished with the presentation. Also, it is important that all the participants should fill their feedback form. Its link will be provided in the chat box to avail their respective e-certificates. So, without further ado, I request Rupali ma'am to take over the session.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor Welcome. So basically, I'm here to help you with the USPs of why should students choose to study abroad. I mean, we are aware about that we do have Indian universities also well-renowned, but do students select overseas education? So there are n number of chances and n number of possibilities where the background is open for the student. I will be sharing my PPT over here. So we go through the slides, and after that, whosoever are having questions, we can work on them. Sharon, can you move to the next slide, please? Studying abroad. So now the major benefits of studying abroad. It increases our chances of employability. There are a wide range of courses options. As compared to India, we are not open with that many options. But yeah, abroad we have a major options. And it also gives you or gains a global exposure. Next slide, please. There are USPs given to why students choose to study abroad. It gives you a broader perspective. It gives you a practical experience. Practical experience is when you are also allowed to work 20 hours part-time while you are doing your studies. And after that, some of the countries do give the work permit. So that gives you a practical experience as well. Chances to build networks. So you get connections with your faculties, your peers, and of course, across the world. It helps you gain lifetime experience because studies is something, it's like gonna be with you every time and throughout your life. Get the students more organized and able to handle unforeseen situations. It makes you more independent and self-sufficient. Next slide, please. It also builds on strong ties with friends and outside world apart from parents. Like obviously family and relatives are there, but apart from that, you also create your own circle, own group. It experiences different culture. It gives you a top quality education, which is recognized all around the world. Students also have an opportunity to learn new languages because universities do give free of cost different kind of languages. They can do it on campus. They also give you a more and broader career options. Career opportunities are there because there are career recruitment fairs happening in university campuses. So this gives you a more renowned options. Students also employ is able to explore with new sports, adventure, music, and dance. They also develop the personality development for the student. Now, how to choose your destination? This is a very difficult question, which where many of the students come across, like which country should I choose, So these are some points that I have listed down over here. So that helps you to figure out what is the best option for you. As a student, moving abroad to study is an experience of lifetime and is possibly one of the biggest decisions you will ever make. Devote your enough time to do your research and understand the pros and cons. Make a list of interests and strengths and then narrow down your choices. Look up the various universities in multiple countries that offer the course of your choice. Do a comparison factors like duration, because some of the countries have 1 year or 2 years masters or undergraduate like 3 to 4 years. Topics covered, fees, intake scheduled, and employment benefits. Studying abroad involves a lot of time and money, of course. So for this, the very much important is to calculate the return of investment that you are expecting in your future. Services that every counselor or any consultant provides is the basic is the career counseling. Second is international education counseling. So apart from India, if you're planning to go abroad, what are the options? What are the likes, dislikes? What things you have to consider before you look out for the options abroad? Then comes the university and course selection. Then comes the application guidance, like applying to the university, how many universities you need to apply, how do you shortlist the universities. Also, visa guidance is given, accommodation assistance is given, aptitude testing like IELTS, SAT, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, that all is also being supported. Financial assistance. Now, some of the students do take up with education loan, bank loan, so we do assist with that as well. Scholarship information. There are few universities which do provide a good amount of scholarship, which are internal as well as external. So counselors do provide with that as well. And then pre-departure services. Now, study abroad intakes. Like India, we have only one intake, but abroad there are many different intakes. Intakes in the sense there are 2 times, 3 times when the admission sessions are open for abroad international students. In contrast with the Indian education, university, institutes, and colleges abroad have multiple intakes over the course of academic year. In case you miss the fall intake, which is the September, then you can apply for the spring intake. So fall intake typically begins in September and spring is in January. In some cases, university may also offer summer intake, which is in April. This intake is also decided on the type of program that you're selecting. So it is best to first confirm the dates on the official website of your chosen university. The 2 intakes that has been devised to accommodate the large number of students admitted to an institution. It is also useful for students who have taken various constraints in joining during a particular intake. Indian students largely opt for fall intake. However, it is important to consider your own needs before making the decision. If you're not able to complete all the formalities in a month before the intake begins, you can defer your admission. Join the university in the next intake. Certain courses in university can also offer you to join maybe a week or 2 weeks later, but that depends on case-by-case basis. Next slide, please. Now, there are popular countries to study abroad like UK, Australia, Canada, USA, New Zealand, Singapore, Italy, Ireland, Switzerland, Dubai, France, and Germany. So we'll now speak about individual countries, which are the most wanted or most preferred countries for students. USA. Now USA has very good for students who are doing engineering, computer science, or basically STEM registered courses. I'm sure everybody might be aware of the STEM registered. It is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics courses. Now, why do students choose for the STEM courses? The reason why after completing the masters, the STEM courses gets 3 years of OPT. If your course in USA after masters is only 1 year, not a STEM registered, you get only 1 year OPT. That is 1 year stay back option. Undergraduate for USA, it's either for 3 years, it's for 4 years, and postgraduate depends from university to university from 1 year to 2 years. Entrance exam required for USA universities is SAT, ACT, TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, GMAT, and applications to this university doesn't move forward without this. Fees and living expenses in USA ranges somewhere between 25,000 to 60,000 USD. Okay, regarding the entrance exam, let me give you a little bit more information. I'm sure you must be aware about it, if not for the students who are not aware about it. SAT and ACT is basically for the undergraduate requirement, which is an entrance exam required for the bachelor's degree. TOEFL and IELTS is the same as an English language requirement. So any one is to be given. I mean, I do get students with questions that TOEFL or TOEFL and IELTS are supposed to give. No, it's any one, whichever you are comfortable with. And GRE, GMAT is required for business and engineering students. GRE is specifically for engineering and GMAT is for business students. USA has 6,000 plus universities, so it's very difficult to select. So definitely proper guidance is required to make a perfect choice. Now we come to Australia. Australia is more famous for business management, engineering, architectural, and technology courses. In Australia, it is mandatory to take up a 2 years of master's for the reason to get a 3 years of work permit. Weather is not very extreme, so it is quite equivalent to what we have in the Indian climate. So Indian students are more comfortable studying in Australia, and tuition fees is very much similar to the USA fees. Now study in Canada. Canada is the most preferred option for all the students. The simple reason is Canada has started giving out PR to students. Yeah. So Canada has an undergraduate, which is of 3 or 4 years. They in masters, or we can say PG diploma, they have 2 options. That is, either the students can go for masters or they can go for a PG diploma course. Masters is usually 1 or 2 years and PG diploma is strictly for 1 year. To avail the options of 3 years of stay back, which I am sure everybody must be knowing about it, you need to have a 2 years of the course duration. Entrance exam, again, it's same like how it is for USA. SAT, ACT, TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, GMAT is needed. And the climate in Canada is extremely cold and extremely, it's extreme in the terms of cold. So when you're deciding which option you want to move in Canada, you need to study the location thoroughly. Study in UK. Now we are all aware about UK studies is recognized worldwide, and the courses that they have given out is business studies, computer, psychology, physiotherapy, accounting and finance, art design, economics, mechanical engineering, politics and social work. The masters in UK generally for all of the universities it is for 1 year. After that you get, for the current scenario, you get a 2 years of work permit. They also have few universities which are placement year. So it's like 1 year taught program, and the second year you and the university has to work for the placement year. It's not something which has been given on a platter, like how we have as an Indian student over here. You and the university has to work hard for the placement year, and then you get a 2 years of PSW. So for the placement year, you get like 4 years to stay in UK. Ireland. Ireland is the only English-speaking European country which allows students to have a work permit for international students. Popular courses are business analytics, data analytics, cloud computing, AI, cybersecurity, data analytics, engineering, business, finance, and pharmaceuticals. Masters over here are for 1 year. After that, you get a 2 years of work permit. This Okay, and Ireland is also called as a tax-saving country. So when you say majority, all the companies or the IT headquarters is situated in Ireland. So yeah, the IT-related courses are very much popular. This was all the brief from my end in regards with countries and courses. This is the email address and contact numbers. After the session, if the students have any queries or want to know more information about the entire process or whatsoever, you can always reach out over here. We are there to help you out. If anybody has any questions, are free to call us.
If someone has a question, kindly raise your hand. We will unmute you and you can ask. Is that fine, Madam Rupali, ma'am? You are on mute.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
So there is one question from Dheeraj that can we do CA course in India or CPA in USA? Is it about the CPA in USA?
Yeah. So CP in USA, of course, you can do it over there as well. That is not a problem at all. And CA courses credits are also being considered.
And Keith is asking about how to get into GRE exams.
So you need to register for it. I mean, there is an official website for that. So it takes at least 3 to 4 months for you to prepare for the GRE exams. Yeah. So.
Okay. So Ashish is asking whether, ma'am, it is studying masters abroad more beneficial as compared to studying in India?
Yeah. So now the basic reason why do we study masters abroad? Indian masters, if you see, like any masters you catch hold of, it is only a theoretical experience that you get. But when we talk about abroad, it's an half and half. So you get a 50% of theory and 50% of practical exposure. Over there, the dissertation is given, projects is given, assignments are given. Unless until you do not complete those, you do not get the certificate. So it's not just the theory degree that you're holding over there abroad. The reason why paying so much of fees is because of the overall exposure that the university is giving us. So there is a lot of difference between masters what we study in India and abroad. Yes.
Yeah, what is the estimated cost of different countries?
Okay, for which course specifically? Because masters and undergraduate will differ. So when I say US and Australia, for maybe for a 1 year undergraduate or a 1 year masters will be somewhere around 20 to 30,000 USDs. UK and Ireland will be somewhere around 15 to 20,000 euros or pounds. Canada, again, if you go for masters or a diploma, the fees changes. So every country has a different fee structure with what course you select. That's very important.
Yeah. And can you suggest the website for GRE exam?
You
Website
mean,
for GRE.
sure. Can I put it in the link over here? How do I mean,
Yeah, that will be fine. They can copy from here.
Sure. We'll do that. Or also you can ask the students to contact me on my email address if that works. I can, help them out if that's okay.
Yeah, they can take the screenshot on the screen and they can write you.
Sure.
And which is the best course, if you can suggest the countries you have shown, which is the course which is preferable for graduates or undergraduates?
Best course. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, see, honestly, getting into a best course is very difficult to tell you right now because every student is different. What are their priorities? What are they studying into? That is very, very important. Like whether you're looking for an engineering, whether you're looking for IT related, or whether you're looking for business related or law related. That absolutely depends. Usually all the courses are currently, I mean, they are good with it unless until you are doing the best for it. Yeah. So if you go for
yeah.
commerce students, definitely yes. If you are interested in accounting or finance, definitely that's a good one. Right now booming. Finance and accounting is there. Masters in finance is there. Then also you can look into investment and banking if that is the interest course for you.
And the question is on scholarship.
Yeah.
So how much scholarship and what is the impact on fees and all?
Yes, so there are internal and external scholarships, as I told you. So external scholarship, that is the non-university scholarship, it ranges somewhere around 20%. It can go till 50, 70%, 100%. 100% are very competitive to get through. University scholarship ranges between 1 to 5 lakh rupees.
So scholarship will be for the tuition fees, not for the residential and all.
When I say external scholarship, they include the residential as well. University scholarship, they are strictly on the tuition fees.
And for German university, what is the exam or what is the entrance exam or
Many of
competition
the,
exams?
yes, depending on the course what you're looking for, but German universities doesn't require any entrance exam as such. But yeah, German level A1 and A2 will be required. The courses are taught in English, but this is for the visa point of view.
Yeah, again, the question on Germany, GRE is mandatory for Germany, I think.
For engineering, yes.
Okay.
It increases your chances to get into the German universities, the public universities.
And 2023, when the dates will start, the application process dates?
For which country, sorry?
Yeah, Darshana, can you specify the course?
Okay, for September 23, again, for all the countries, it starts usually from September 22. So I would suggest that if you're looking out for, you should start researching by June, July. That is an ideal time because getting the documentation and everything settled, it takes at least a month's time, especially letter of recommendation and statement of purpose, etc.
Yeah, Lavina ma'am, you can ask, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Good afternoon, Rupali ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, can you tell students that what are the initial preparation they have to do before writing SOP and letter of recommendations? So basic things they should have in their resume, or we can say SOP. And
Yes.
second question, what are the minimum funds they should have on their own and on and about they can apply for the loan? And so start with for GRE, GMAT, their tuition fee, the fees of the both exams and like application, how much funds they should have initially and before going for loan.
Sure. So now the first question we come up to that what preparation the student have to do for the preparation of resume building or SOP building. That absolutely depends on which country you pick up. Now UK, USA and Canada, they focus more on the extracurricular activities apart from your academics. Okay, so definitely while you're doing your academics, you need to have a little bit of internships while doing your bachelor's, and also sports related or extracurricular activities. So that all you can add it in your SOP, and that's how you can build your resume. UK and Ireland, they focus definitely more on your GPA, like your percentage. Okay, so every semester wise percentage are taken into account, so that you need to keep a high remark on that, and obviously an added internship every year will be countable. So that, and I mean that's the answer for the first question. And the second one is regarding the tuition fees and what is the amount of money that the student have to consider. Now living expenses for UK Ireland is 13 lakhs that you need to consider for yourself, because when you're looking for an education loan, the education loan is given on only on the tuition fees. So that is one aspect. And US and Canada, the living expenses is a little higher, so it ranges somewhere around 15 to 18 lakhs. Yeah, this is on the yearly basis.
Excuse me, ma'am, Rupali ma'am.
Yes.
Can you explain them how much they should have in their hand when initially to start with the GRE course and the exam and IELTS or TOEFL or filling the forms? How much amounts they should have?
So not all the universities have an application. Okay. So when we talk about application fees, okay, every country has their different norms. A few universities do have a waiver in an application fee. Basic application fee will be ranging somewhere around $60. It goes till $120. Okay. Now regarding the TOEFL or IELTS fees, it is ranging currently between 14,000 rupees to 15,000 rupees, and GRE GMAT exams fees is somewhere between 10 to 12,000. So I mean, the basic of at least 50,000 in hand you need to have before you start your application. But this is again, let me be very precise. This is again which country you select. Okay. For example, if you're selecting UK, okay, I'm just trying to give you the brief about it. The reason why, because it shouldn't be like, okay, without 50,000, we cannot start the process. No, it's not that way. So if you're looking for UK or Ireland as an option, few consultants have a tie-up with them, so they can waive off your application fee. Okay. And with this, you are not supposed to pay anything for the application. You save on your application. Even UK universities ask you not to give the IELTS right away. You can give it later on if required and have a conditional offer letter. Now, a few of the universities in UK, Ireland, they do not even ask for GRE, GMAT. Okay, so that is one thing. So you can again proceed your application without these entrance exam. Now, when I told you in my PPT, you must have seen that GRE, GMAT is specifically required for USA and Canada if you're targeting the top universities. I hope this is helpful.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. So how to register us in abroad for study? There is a question of one student. How to register in abroad for the study?
Okay. So you can, as I told you, which country are you looking for? Or you can just email us so that we can help you with the further process. See, every process is very different. And that's the reason it's very difficult to give a generic view over here. Yeah. So if you can just email or contact us, we can help you and give you the exact process how you can go ahead with.
Yeah, the question the same as of for Germany, the dates of forms for UK universities. Same question. You answer June or July. That.
Yeah, so for Germany also, see, majority or the major intake is September. Okay, so you can start working on your documentation. You can start researching, getting in touch with the counselors or consultancies by again in June, so that you have enough of time for yourself also to research and prepare the documentation. So June, May, June is the ideal time for you to start with the process. 1 year prior. So like if you're looking for September 23, you have to start researching by around May 22.
And one is the basic question, free education. So I think that is through scholarship only.
Yes. So
Education is free in Germany. Question is that.
Okay, so Germany does have free education in public universities. And honestly, it is very, very competitive to get through. That absolutely depends on the student's profile. And yes, so few of the universities do give, but then you really need to be very different because it's at a very competitive level. Yeah.
Yeah, again this question, public university, how can they apply? That is a procedural part.
Well, so that I think we can, I wouldn't be able to guide you with that right now because it's a complete big task. So yeah, you can come back to us on a personal level. We can help you with that.
How easy or tough it is to get the job after, or get the placement after completing their studies there?
Okay, yes. So when you are doing your master's or a bachelor's, as I told you, part-time jobs are available on campus. Okay, so every university have a recruitment fair. They help you out with getting you part-time jobs. Okay, and part-time jobs, if the students are really trying for it, it's not that difficult, but definitely you have to get in. You really need to work hard towards it. Now we come to the full-time jobs. Full-time jobs is not something that is not provided by the university, but definitely they do have recruitment fairs happening on campus where all the recruiters are coming on campus. You can approach them directly. And also university helps you build out for your resume. They teach you, they exactly let you know what exactly the questions are expected from the recruiters, and they actually prepare you for the interview rounds. Now it's absolutely on the student how well they are able to crack. Currently, we see that international students are really bright, especially the Indian students. So if you are really focused and really hardworking, it's not difficult to get a job. Yes.
I think we have answered all the questions in the chat box. Anyone else have a question we can ask, or we can proceed further? There's no more question. So I ask the Neela ma'am, can we proceed? Yeah, there is a question.
Hello.
It is really worthy. One question, ma'am. It is really worthy studying abroad.
Yes.
Any benefit if you are international student? Any
Yes,
benefit?
definitely. See, now as I explained you that definitely when you are looking for jobs abroad, you definitely have invested so much, and the universities are helping you to find out for part-time, full-time jobs. You get an exposure over there. If in case you plan to come back to your home country also, and when you're looking out for jobs here in India, you are definitely given a added edge to the students who are like, studying in India, because the recruiters know that you have been studied to a particular university, have been to a particular country, you have much more experience, and you have highly, touched that part that we would be getting the same benefit in our company. So yes,
Yes.
definitely international students have a priority.
Yeah, but if somebody is studying abroad and coming back to India, so is there an opportunity as compared with others in India?
Absolutely, that's what I told right now, that when you plan to come back to the home country also, you are given a preference as compared to the other students who have not been there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neela ma'am, we can proceed further then. We have answered all the questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you all, for listening so patiently. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Neela ma'am, over to you.
Yes, we can go for vote of thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
So wonderful. What an informative session we've had. Thank you so much, Rupali ma'am, for interacting with us. I'm confident that every participant here, including me, now has a much broader, much clearer idea about the study and career opportunities we have abroad. Also, with detailed information about a course, its PG requirements, all in different countries, as well as scholarship avenues for our students. With that, we've nearly reached the end of our session. But before that, I'd like to remind all the participants that the feedback link has already been shared in the chat box. It is important that you fill the feedback form, as it will provide you with your e-certificates and also enable us to gather your precious feedback. So with that, on the behalf of Career Guidance and Placement Cell, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our principal, Dr. Geeta Menon. Special thanks to our convener, Professor Neelam Kapoor, all the committee members, all the faculty members, as well as the organizing team, without which this webinar would not have been possible. I would again like to thank Rupali ma'am for taking time out of her busy schedule to guide students. And finally, all the participants for attending this webinar and sticking around till the end. Also, I'd like to remind all our participants about the workshop on PowerPoint presentations, which will begin at 3 p.m. Kindly join the workshop. Thank you everyone once again for making this webinar a great success.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Rupali madam